Got a neighbor here. We loaded him wood, saws of wood today, and split it up for him. And he's going to haul up to his house. And got a little pile of logs left right over here, not many. And Ben moved the rest of them last night. Got the tree all cleaned up. He's taking gonna take the scraper blade and try to get some of these ruts and everything out of here. Clean it up a little bit, smooth it over. Won't be so hard to mow. Maybe plant a little grass on it here in a little bit. Get it back in shape. I'm going to tell you a little history on my tractor. This is Ben's dad, of course, talking. The first tractor I ever bought was a little Sato 2-wheel drive. And I bought it at an auction up at Lady and Son near out by Bristol next to the racetrack. We bought 5 acres of property up at between Damascus and Abingdon, Virginia, and we needed something mowed with. I bought that Sato and had nice turf tires on it. About the size of this John Deere, not hardly as big. But first time I got out to mow with it, we noticed it wasn't mowing so good. I stopped, sharpened the blades on it, and tried it again. It just knocked the grass down. And for some odd reason, those Satos, their PTOs, worked reverse of what this tractor does, and it's turning my blades the opposite way. So I had to go buy some left-hand blades to get it to mow. And but anyway, I kept it a year or two, and we're up the right equipment. Talked to Ed Hicks. He had this 650 John Deere. It's about a little small on this one. 4-wheel drive, had a good deal on it. So I went ahead and traded my Sato in on the John Deere, and it's 1985. And 4-wheel drive came in handy. It's a lot better than the Sato and a lot heavier tractor. Did a great job. And kept it about 10 years. Of course, Benjamin, he's about 2-3 years old. He's born 1985, and he got about 3 years old. I put him on that John Deere and put it in low gear and first low. That thing barely creeped. I mean, you could walk real slow and keep up with the tractor. And he drive that all over the front yard. He's just 3 years old, and I showed him how to pull back the throttle on it to cut it off in case he had to. But like I said, it's so slow, there's no way that anything could happen with it. But I got him started off right on tractors, and been on one ever since. But anyway, I kept that tractor about 10 years. Traded in on this tractor here in 1995, and I got $1,000 more than I paid for my tractor in 1985 on a trade-in for this one. So I actually made money after keeping it 10 years. And I had bought this one 95. It's got, I think, about 1,500 hours on it. And Benjamin, of course, when he's a teenager, he used that one. There's on the tractor we had. And we probably put 1,000 of the 1,500 hours on it, just out scraping dirt. We had old pond scoop, and we used it a lot to move dirt with. We had a scraper blade. We had a 5-foot finishing mower for it. He mowed some. He used the scraper blade to move dirt, scrape snow with, all kinds of stuff. But this right here has been a good tractor. It's a 1995 model, and it's a stout little tractor. I moved some of the logs the other day over here with it. I wish I filmed it, but I didn't have the camera. And it's looking pretty smooth, isn't it? Smoothing out pretty good. That's going to work out good. But I can't remember I know Ben 2004 got that, I think it's 2004 maybe, he got the farm track. had a Ford 3000, and I don't remember which one came first though. He had a Ford 3000. Had of course that 135 Massey. And he's had several different tractors and everything. Interesting story though, there used to be a big gully over down this land here. It used to be a big pasture field. And there's a big gully. My uncle had convinced Benjamin to be a Massey Ferguson guy because he had a Massey Ferguson. The one Ben's got now, the 245. And he kept phoning off on my John Deere here. And one day he came out by the house, sat down a few minutes talking to me. And he said, I hate to tell you this, but said, I've got my Massey Ferguson stuck up, and I was wondering if you take your John Deere out and pull me out. And about broke his heart. He got stuck up, and I had to use my John Deere. But Ed Hicks is the one we traded with up at Right Equipment, which is me tractor now. Ed was a top-notch salesperson. He was one of the best, and he was really good. But Ed used to try to get Benjamin to wear John Deere hats all the time. Ben wouldn't wear them. He wanted that Massey Ferguson hat. But we had a lot of fun aggravating him about it and things. And Ed, he'd give him a new hat every time we went up there, just aggravating him. But had a lot of fun and had some good times with it. And the only tractor I've owned is this one, and the Sato, and the 650 John Deere that I bought. And of course, this new one I got over here, I claim it, the 5045. Today is March 27th, 2025. We're gonna burn this big brush pile one day and get it out of the way. That's a big job. If you've seen the picture of the tree and video before this one, I guess, realize how big it was. A huge oak. I don't know how many years old. That cabin's 100, well, it's 1850. It's when 1850s or 60s, about when it was built. And so the tree's been here a lot longer than the cabin has, I'm sure. Anyway, the guy just left the wood. We got him a load of wood yesterday and load today. He's actually used to live in this cabin here. His parents lived here for a while, and I told him that tree's part of his homestead. Anyway, he came down and got a couple loads. But that's smoothing out pretty good. I had one little wet spot here we'll have to work on a little bit more when it dries up, but the rest of it up in there looks real good. So these tracks out that we have a big John Deere down here. Those big pleated tires, it makes it pretty rough to mow. One thing about that John Deere, those turf tires, it usually smooth those tracks out pretty good. But it all settled down after a couple of rains anyway. It won't be too awful bad. Won't be too bad. See there where he's gone right there, how smooth that is now. Those tractor tires smashed it right down flat. Looking a lot better.